All right, guys, welcome for today's topic, which is dating cheat codes for 2024, 2025, and 2026. Now, if you're watching this in 2025 or 2026, or even in 2030, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be outdated. The same stuff works. Now, unless we're in an apocalyptic time or unless like the world has completely crumbled, this is still going to work and this is still going to be valid. So today we're going to cover some of the systems and strategies that you need to adopt to crush your dating life this year and the following years. And this advice is timeless, as I said, so it doesn't matter if you're watching this today or 10 years from now or whatever. Now, after years of learning and teaching success with women, I had one big realization. At the end of the day, having extraordinary success with women is not a matter of luck. It's both a skill set and a lifestyle choice. And in that sense, dating, sales, and business are very similar because certain actions, certain systems, and certain practices are going to lead to consistent, predictable outcomes. The same way in sales, if you have a good offer, if you prospect consistently, if you follow up with the right people, you're going to eventually make money. Well, it's the same thing with dating. If you consistently put yourself out there, if you have a good offer, which means you're a good product yourself, which means you're a quality guy yourself, and you put yourself out there, you talk to women consistently, you text them consistently, you follow up on all the leads you have, then eventually you're going to date some girls, right? Same in business. If you consistently market your business, if you have a great team, etc., this is going to lead to happy customers, right? Now, 8 years ago, I had no systems in my dating life. I was kind of lost. Like I wasn't the playboy that I am today at all. I remember having a girlfriend back in high school, and it was my first girlfriend. And I was always kind of scared or anxious of not being up to par. Like I always had this anxiety, like, oh, am I good enough? What should I say? What should I do? And I was a bit needy, to be honest, because I didn't really know what to do. I was thinking like, will she like me more than, oh, I hope I like her? And so my frame was upside down. Like I was really in a seeking approval and seeking validation type of frame, right? And so I had the anxiety of not being up to par. I was always constantly kind of judging myself. Oh, should I have done this? Should I have done that? And I really thought she was the one as well. I was in scarcity. I was afraid of losing her. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do to keep her attracted. So not only was I in scarcity, but I also didn't know what to do, didn't have any strategy, and didn't have any mentor. So maybe you can relate to this story. Maybe you also grew up and had your first love or your first girlfriend or whatever, and you didn't know what to do, right? And that's completely normal. Now, this whole experience back in high school instilled in me a deep sense of urgency. And it really motivated me to build a life of abundance with women and really learn the seduction skills that I needed to learn, right? And so I decided after high school, especially in my first year of college, that my current situation was a choice and that if I wanted to make changes, obviously I had to take responsibility for my outcomes in my dating life. I knew I had to change. I took ownership. And so I chose to improve my social skills. I chose to build my value, to go to the gym, to dress well, to, reach out to the right mentors and try to work with them to, just demand a better life in general. And so from then on, I became deeply passionate about communication, about psychology, about seduction, and about business as well. So I started to read a lot of business books. I started to read a lot of communication and psychology and marketing books. And I invested in my first dating coaching program when I was 17 because I grew up in Tunisia and I stayed in Tunisia up until I was 17. And then at 17, I got my high school degree and I moved to Canada at the age of 17. So my first 3 months in Canada as a student, I was 17. And that's the exact time I took my first boot camp because I received my first credit card when I was a student. I remember really well. I was with Royal Bank of Canada at the time, and they gave me my first credit card with 5K of limit, right? Obviously, there's a 20 or 25% interest if I don't pay every month. And that's when I took my first boot camp. I thought like, fuck it, there's a boot camp with one of my mentors that I truly want to learn from. Let's fucking do it. I'll figure out the money. Fuck it. My time is more important, right? And so I started to invest in myself like crazy very early on. You know, at 17, I was buying 2K, 3K dating courses and boot camps and stuff like that. I was stressed out, to be honest. I was a bit stressed out. It wasn't that comfortable, right? Because I could barely afford rent, some food, but I still paid with my credit card. And I've done it. As you can see, my credit card was in the red with 4,397 in the red. And I took that screenshot at the time because I knew that one day I would tell this story. I knew that one day I would say, okay, I invested in myself. Those were memories, right? And so I got a part-time job eventually as a student to pay the interests. I was working in a fundraising job, so I was kind of cold approaching people in the street and asking them to make donations to NGOs. You know, so I was just the annoying guy that you see that's trying to sell you something in the street to help kids in Africa, right? That was me. I was just like outside trying to sell people, mainly women. I was trying to sell them kind of a recurring membership to help children in Africa. And so that was my job. But I was cold approaching a lot of girls, so that actually helped me with cold approach. But it was a stressful time because I really was, worrying about money all the time because I had to pay those interests, I had to pay my bank, etc. And I was still a student. But it was all worth it because I grew immensely after all. And this process made me progress in a few months, way more than most people would do in a decade. So I made more progress in a few months of investing in myself than most people would do in over a decade, which is pretty crazy. And so it's not a question of luck. It's a question of really believing in myself and choosing to invest in myself. And now, a few years later, I've spent the past 7 years helping entrepreneurs and professionals in more than 35 plus countries to live their dream dating life. I have clients literally everywhere. I have clients in Australia, in the US, in Canada, in Europe, in Asia, Africa, you name it, every single big city in the world, I have clients, right? And we have hundreds of success stories. And we have new success stories coming up every single week. Every single week in my stories, I'm posting new success stories, new testimonials, new reviews. And honestly, I have so many receipts from clients winning that I lose track of them. Like sometimes a client sends me a review or a testimonial and I forget to post it, And when you help hundreds of men in every situation imaginable, I've helped virgins, I've helped guys who, are in their 60s, who are divorced for 20 years and who have grandchildren. I've helped guys who are like students, who are even, some of them have a dysmorphia or some of them have some kind of disease or whatever. I've helped so many guys, like guys who are injured, guys who literally like they need to, they can't walk, like they're in a wheelchair, but they still want to learn how to talk to women. I've helped so many guys. And when you help all these guys, you start to recognize patterns really fast and you understand how to solve them fast as well. And I can tell you right now that the 4 main things that will block you from having an elite dating life are: number 1, your psychology and mindset; number 2, a lack of systems and strategies; number 3, a lack of accountability and support; and number 4, being isolated from other men on the same path. So number 1, your psychology and mindset. Number 2, systems and strategies. You don't have any of those. Number 3, you lack accountability. You don't have a great group of friends or a mentor or someone that's better than you that can really give you feedback and hold you accountable. And yeah, you have you don't have anyone to do this with. Like you just go out by yourself. You don't have any wingman. You don't have anyone. And so that's why you're stuck. And whether you want to have a girlfriend or you want to learn how to attract many girls, so if you want to get 1, 2, 3 dates a week, or you want to have an amazing girlfriend, it doesn't matter what you want to accomplish in your dating life, I can help you. I've helped hundreds of men to build their dream dating lives, and I'm pretty confident that if you're motivated to help yourself, I can help you too. And honestly, in just a couple of weeks, like, you'll take your whole mindset to the next level and you'll be armed with the most cutting edge dating systems in the world. And remember also that if you have the skills to seduce beautiful women consistently, well, you'll also have the skills to seduce other men into business. You'll have the skills to communicate your value better. You have the skills to market your product better. You'll have the skills to potentially negotiate a raise or negotiate a big deal, right? And so all these skills are transferable. And so the same communication skills, the same persuasion tactics, the same influence principles, and the same understanding of psychology that you will learn when mastering dating that's also applicable to business. Like, business and dating are two sides of the same coin for men. Like, once you improve your dating, automatically you're gonna improve your business, your life, your money, your fitness, everything. Now, at the time of recording this video, we're in the first week of January 2024, right? And it starts today. Like, if you wanna improve your dating life in 2024, you have to start now. Don't start in June, don't start in September, start now in January, right? So the universe is giving you a new chance with 365 opportunities every single day to crush it. And most men will waste years of their lives trying to figure it out by themselves. But the reality is that no man is smart enough to figure things out by himself. And even if he's smart enough, even if you have 150 IQ and you're super smart and you could technically figure it out, well, it would take you so much time, so many hassles, so many headaches that it wouldn't even be worth it. And by the time you would figure it out, you would be a lot older, in less capacity of doing it. Like, maybe your health would be a lot worse. You never know. And so it's not smart, it's not wise to spend your time trying to figure things out that other people, before you have already figured out. Listen, in the past 3 years, I've invested more than 6 figures in my education. From 15K mastermind, like 2 years ago, I've invested $15,000 in a mastermind in south of France. I've invested dozens of thousands of dollars on courses, coaching programs, business mentoring stuff. And I had to humble myself. It wasn't comfortable to just spend 10 grand, 15 grand on a product, on a program. But I learned so much that it was all worth it, right? Because succeeding at higher levels requires you to adopt a new mindset, to adopt a new set of actions, a new set of beliefs. And you can't just do it by yourself. Like, you need to have someone that's above you to show you the way. Because if you could do it by yourself, you would be there already. Even if you watch all the videos, even if you read all the books, you still need some feedback and guidance. And that's what true support and true mentorship comes in. And so, for example, when you join my program, you're able to ask me questions directly. You're able to tell me, hey, Limo, here's my conversation. What should I say? What should I do? What did I do wrong, right? You're able to receive feedback, and that's priceless. And you can't have that by yourself. Because when it comes to dating, it's almost impossible to understand what you're doing wrong unless you get feedback. Because, when a girl rejects you or ghosts you, she doesn't tell you why. You have no idea what you're doing wrong. All you know is that you're not getting the results you want. That's not working. It's not working for you, but you don't know why. And you can't figure out why by yourself. You need to have an outside perspective. You need to have someone who's better than you at dating, who can show you the way and why it didn't work and what to do better. And if you knew better, you'd do better. So the reason why you're not doing better is because you don't know better, right? You don't know what you don't know. And so if you want to make a real change, you need to have feedback. You need to have guidance. You need someone to show you when and where you're going wrong, and someone to give you the proper steps and systems that work, right? And that's the true power of the mentorship and what we're building at Higher Self Circle and all my programs, especially the Dating Accelerator mentoring and my boot camps, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, if you want to date high quality women in 2024, you're also competing against all the other men. Like women have so many options in 2024 with dating apps, with Instagram, with everything. You're not the only man who had the idea of dating her, right? And she probably has a lot more options than you do. So, how are you gonna differentiate yourself from the other guys, right? Because in 2024 onwards, like if you're watching this in 2025, 2026, 2027, you have to understand that you have to be as successful as possible in all realms. You need to try very, very hard to be your absolute best in every single realm of personal development as a man. So it's not enough to just be a good talker, to have some good riz, some good game, to be good at seducing them. No, it's not enough to just be a good, seducer. You need to have your shit together financially with your fitness. You need to become better than most guys. If you want to have what most men don't have, which is an amazing dating life, which is amazing women around them, well, you need to do what other men aren't doing, which is self-improvement, business, fitness, all these things, right? And by doing so, you're going to crack through a different tier of attractiveness, and eventually it's going to get easier and easier to attract the quality of women you want, right? There's only so many tricks and tips. There's only so many gimmicks. There's only so many systems and things you need to know. But nowadays, the game and the dating market has become globalized. And so you need to compete at a higher level with yourself, right? Now, besides that, you'll also need a way to meet new women and generate new conversations consistently. Because if you don't meet new women using powerful systems, and if you're not able to convert those conversations into dates, then obviously you're not going to get the results you want. And that's where I come in as well. I'm going to help you master the three main systems that will get you dates consistently. So you have real life approaches, you have Instagram and dating apps, and you have social circle. Those are the three main systems universally, whether you're in Asia, in Thailand, in fucking South Africa, in US, Canada, France, it doesn't matter. Real life approaches are always gonna work. Instagram and dating apps, that's always gonna work. Maybe there's gonna be another platform than Instagram a few years from now or a few months from now, we don't know, but the same principles of communication work. And social circle. So you need to build a social circle, you need to have a network, you need to have cool guys around you, right? And I'm gonna help you master all these systems inside my programs. And all these systems combined together are gonna give you a constant flow of interested leads. And then I'm gonna show you how to convert these leads into consistent dates and how to convert these dates into consistent sex or a relationship. That's how you get there, right? And learning systems and techniques, etc., without doing some identity level work is not a good thing. You have to also, at the same time, work on your identity, work on who you truly are as a man and on your frame with women. So if you only learn the systems and the techniques without doing some identity level work, that's only a temporary solution. It might get you dates, it might get you some success, but it's temporary. It won't fix the problem long term. If you want to fix the problem long term, you need to work on both. And that's why in my programs, especially inside the Dating Accelerator in week 1 and 2, we work on your identity. We work on your mindset. We work on strengthening your frame, because that's truly what's going to make a difference long term. And if you combine that with systems and strategies, you're unstoppable. If you want to have consistent results and you want to ensure that you're getting dates consistently, that you're retaining beautiful women consistently, or that you're able to have an amazing girlfriend that you also retain, then what I'm doing is I'm offering a few game plan sessions each week to a few lucky guys. We only have a few slots each week. And in those game plans, what we're going to do is that we're going to show you exactly all the systems that you need to put in place to get the results you want, based on your situation, based on your goals, based on everything else. And so we're gonna have a real call and really show you everything step by step. So if you're interested, click the link in the description to book your game plan. It's completely free. There's a link below, book your call or just DM me and I will send you the link. So Check out the link in the description. I'll see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't hesitate to leave a comment, share this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care.